Good afternoon. I know I haven't had a shave. Thanks for watching, much appreciated. And this is a long-awaited update to what's going on with our property here at Cloudbase. It's been a month. Short version is nothing happened. Literally nothing. Struggling with life in a motorhome, every 2 days emptying out a cassette toilet, which isn't fun. It does smell, it's gross, and it's, going into town every 2 days to buy water, having 13-second long showers as you only got 14 litres of hot water, that sort of thing, The joys of living in tents and motorhomes. Well, things have changed. As you can see, we've mowed the place. We mowed everything. I finally got around to mowing everything, which is good. And also, our driveway is looking better. It's sort of half improved. Like, half improved, not improved. Improved. As you can see up here, we've got a lot more gravel. We've got 4 tons of gravel dumped on here because vehicles coming in and out. And a bit of rain. We've had a bit of rain in the last few weeks, and it sort of got very slippery here. A couple of builders had issues with their vehicles here when they jackknife. They come in here, wet grass, had a bit of a slide, and got stuck. So now we've got a gravel base. It's just basically sandstone road base. It's just basically smashed up sandstone. Because it's cheap. It's like $45 500 kilos, $90 a tonne. It's not road base, but it's a mixed grain size, which is apparently just as good as, but cheaper than road base. Another thing you might have noticed is that's gone. So basically what's happened is nothing happened for the month. Not a single thing at all. Delay after delay, excuse after excuse on the shed. Then 2 water tanks turned up, which is great news. We had water tanks. Water tanks were just sitting where they're supposed to be on the concrete slab there, which was great, except there's no shed. And the water tanks, when they're like that, being oval shape, they're quite prone to catching the wind when there's no shed there to block the wind. So we had to go buy some water, put it in IBC and do numerous trips back with the IBC. 500 litres at a time because, the weight carrying capacity of the car isn't the highest. Makes it fun towing and you've got 500 kilos of water sloshing around on the trailer. But yeah, the water tanks arrived, no water catchment area to fill them, so yeah, had to do that. Then came crunch time, unfortunately, because, like I said in the previous update, we had the motorhome, which we borrowed. Now, the people that we're borrowing off wanted it back. And I got a new job. So, it's a pay increase, but unfortunately it means I can't be here to work. It means I've actually got to go to work on site 4 days a week, which is a right bummer. Because it means less time to do more work here, and it's going to take even longer. Plus side is, a lot more income. When I was studying, I wasn't earning any income. And these YouTube videos, I don't have enough followers or subscribers or anything to actually earn a living from doing this. That's all. I do it because I love it, and it's fun. And I like educating other people. Just being a flying instructor, it's not a habit. It's middle of winter now. We've had 2 snow events, which has been quite good. The first one, not the best. Second one, actually had probably decent 5 centimetres, I think. Not too bad. But yeah. So the deal was, motorhome has to go. So we need somewhere to live. And because I was going to be travelling down the coast and back, we decided to buy a shipping container. This is our shipping container. It's second-hand, guaranteed waterproof and vermin-proof, which is great. As our land is not level, we've had to dig this out, and we had to dig this out by hand because we can't afford a digger. Shipping container, block 0, that's good. And we got a 0. And it's not good for your back, trust me. But luckily for us, the soil is quite soft and has no rocks. So, up this end we have we bought some sleepers in town. One supported there on gravel base, sleeper on top, not a problem. We bought a laser level. That failed, and take it back, and decided screw it, we do it the old fashioned way. Water, plastic pipe, marking pen to get the level. So we have this side the high points, here's our lawnmower trailer, and to this side here is the highest point. So storage underneath. Now, shipping container was going to be an office / bedroom, living quarters or weatherproof living quarters until the rest of the garage got built and everything else. So we started doing things like putting in a timber door in the front of it to basically, make it more livable. And had the plumbing attached, electricity wired to it, which we all did ourselves. Obviously, we get an electrician to come out and check our wiring to make sure it's good, and it was. Same guys are doing our solar and everything else later on down the track. Shipping container. Now, I plan on to live in here, get it built, and basically move in here. As you can see, we have our fridge in here. Here we had washing machine, clothes dryer, that sort of stuff. We Had plumbing put in, electricity's down there, but for now it's storage. As you can see, we're not living in here right now because something dramatic happened while we're in the process of building this. It was the worst possible timing, but we needed it badly, but just not then. We needed it a lot earlier or later. What happened was some builders arrived. Our shed got built. So yes, we now have a shed, which is great. The problem was, I starting a new job in 2 weeks, moving out and travelling down the south coast, 3.5 hour commute each way. I'm not going to be doing it daily, but yeah, that throws a big spanner in the works. The builders, when they turned up, built it in the rain, in the sleet, in the snow. They did a fantastic job, very much appreciated. One of the most important things though, yes, it's got a fireplace in there too, which is going right now because we are living in a garage. It is cold, it does get cold here, sub-0 degrees almost every morning, every night. But secondly, importantly, we have water caching. These are our water tanks. These water tanks we got second hand because the person who ordered them never picked them up and then counted the order. So this one's 5,000 litres. The second tank back there is 4,000 litres. The plumbing's not as we would have liked because it wasn't to our spec and our design. But because they were unwanted stock and second hand and they were very cheap, we take what you can get. So of course now we have it plumbed. We have it 2 filters, UV filter there. So we've got this filter is a 20 micron filter, then flows into this filter here, which is a 1 micron filter, which then flows into the UV filter there and then goes into the house. Very happy with these here now. And the best thing is they're about half full now because they've had a fair bit of rain since being installed and making this video. And we have the catchment area up the top there now. So we're actually now getting water to eat, food to drink, and showers to be had. And there's our water supply sorted, which is great. Now, not long after the garage was built, something even better happened. So what happened is, we got a monolith, this thing. There's electricity coming into that. 100 amps, single phase, can't afford to get the 3-phase. 100 amp single phase is all that we need, because essentially this is going to be a backup, because we're having 20 kilowatts of solar and 50 kilowatt hours of battery supply. Because we ordered the system before the government rebate was announced. So the original was going to be 30 kilowatts hour battery and everything else with the grid connection. But with the rebate, we can actually add a 50 kilowatt hours of battery storage, plus the solar. I can't remember if it's 30 or 20. I think it was 30 bridging, maybe gone down to 20 because we've now got the grid connection. I'm not exactly sure. I'll put some text on the screen around about here. But yeah, that is going to be our backup grid connection. I think total cost is about $12,000. The original plan, the cost was about like $50,000 or $60,000 to put in one of those things up there. Where is it? Up there, that transformer, which we don't have to do because it was already there. Grid connection as a last resort backup. Wind energy and solar and batteries it is for us, which is great, which is the whole point of this exercise. It's not an exercise, it's a lifestyle change. It's one big adventure, and I'm glad you're following along, and maybe it might inspire you to do something similar in the long run. It's our new Nissan Leaf, new to us, 6 years old. It's a Leaf on a Leaf. That's the latest addition to the family, Nissan Leaf. It's actually my father's, the same one I road tested quite a few months ago now. Oberon is a great town, has a lot of stuff. Some things you just can't get from here, like the big box stores or in Bathurst. So to get the trip to Bathurst, we got that. The old Meave still does the trips to the shops in town. We don't know what we're going to do with it. I'm thinking a EV conversion or something small like Suzuki Jimny, Sierra, even the early ones, maybe a Subaru Brumby, anything like that. To put the old running gear out of the iMeave. It still works, the car's fine. Nothing wrong with it. Might just keep it as it is because it's a great little runabout to the shops. Starlink's still doing its job. Our new weather camera. And I think I mentioned this before in the other video. We've got weather station, one there. This here is the water catching. That there's weather station, wind, temperature, all that sort of stuff, humidity. I'll put a link to the weather station below so you can see what the weather's like here any time of day or night. Speaking of water on the property, I've mowed and cleaned out the dam. While the water was reasonably low, I managed to get in there with the hedger and remove a lot of the grass. So it looks a lot tidier, but it also means we've got a far better idea of how much water we've got in there. Now, since the last video, it's been about a month. We've had probably 60 mils of rain. So the dam is filling up slowly, but nicely. But yeah, we only had a small puddle in the bottom, 5-10 centimeters deep. That is now at least waist deep in the middle there, believe it or not, because it drops down quite deeply in the middle there. Once the grass is mowed out, it actually went down a long way. So before the water was probably half, the pool was half that size, I walked into it and it was probably up to my knees. So we get a decent water catch up there. what I want to do is build a snowmaking machine and pump the water out of here and make snow and make a mini ski slope. What do you think? Future project maybe when we get the rest of the stuff built. As you can see, everything's mowed, everything's tidy, everything's nice. We now got somewhere to live. Oh yes, the electrician's obviously wired in car charging sockets for us. 15 amps waterproof sockets, 3 sockets, 3 of these. It's currently charging a Tesla right now. So that's it. All and nothing. Nothing happened for 5 weeks, but everything happened in 2 weeks. We've been so incredibly flat out, so incredibly busy. It's just been, it's been hectic. And unfortunately, I haven't had a chance to make any more videos, either the news side, either reviews, haven't done anything other than major occasional posts on social media. That's it. But yeah, everything happening just compressed into such a short timeline. It makes everything else pretty much impossible. You wake up, you work, you go to sleep, you wake up, you work, you go to sleep, either on the house or at the job. But yeah, hopefully now things are settling down. Now we've got, you know, some sort of accommodation in there. I might be able to have a shave one day. Maybe look a bit younger again. Because I tell you what, doing all this work yourself takes it out of you, especially digging at the dirt under there. My back is not thanking me, that's for sure. But yeah, if you've got this far, much appreciate it. Thank you for watching, and stick around for the next update, and I'll try to get them more regularly, as I promise all the time, but keep failing because, you know, life gets in the way. What can you do? Like I said, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. And if you enjoy these videos, leave a comment below. Give me some more hints and tips on what you might want to see. I mean, I got the dam. What can I do with the water in that? So if you've got anything, any ideas, suggestions, or things to do, mention them down below. And I'll see you all in the next video, either on the news or a EV review, maybe one day. I don't know. Come on, car company, send me some cars review. I'm in the rural area and I've got nice windy country roads to test cars on. Please. Please. Yes, anyway, thanks for watching. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next video. So, bye.